Mic check, mic check.
Mic check.
Got the legend in the building. Cheetah Jones. How's it going, bro?
Man, I'm loving it. Loving life. Living my best life. Trying to be safe, too.
Yeah, man. This COVID and all this stuff going on.
It's crazy. I was just at the barbershop telling them cats, it's man-made. That's what's sickening to me.
I agree.
It ain't like Mother Nature came along and brought a plague or a virus. You know, this man-made. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, damn the man that made it.
Exactly. Exactly. That's who we need to get.
I know, right? Man, you got to tell me about the belt. Because finally, I done ran across a lot of people, nobody that don't have a belt but me.
Yeah.
Now you come with a belt.
Well, we signified it, you know. I'm known as the people's champ because I mean, I've never forgot where I come from.
Okay.
You know, I'm just a simple country boy from down the road in Mansfield, and you know, Shreveport has embraced me, you know. But as the king of trail riding blues, I put my titles, when they give me a trophy, I put it on the belts.
So what we got?
We got the Entertainer of the Year last year for ZBT, Spring Fling Artist of the Year for last year, Blues Critic Artist of the Year, and Video of the Year for Black Horse for last year. So that's Jackson Music Awards and ZBT. So
That's
we had a good year last year, awesome year.
So what's going to happen if you win another award? Because you run out of room on that belt.
We're going to get another belt.
Okay. Okay.
Which we already won Artist of the Year for Jackson Music Award this year. We won Song of the Year, me and Sir Charles for Trail Ride for Jackson Music Award. So that's 2. And then I won the People's Choice Award for ZBT for this year. So we got 3. If I can get one more victory, then we got a belt put together.
Belt coming, huh?
Yeah.
Then you're going to be starting carrying 2 belts around.
Now I'm going to let my team carry one of them. You remember how the boxers come to the ring, but they don't tote the belt. They
Right.
The people behind them be toting their belts. So, I mean,
Right.
Want to be an IBC, want to be an IBF, or, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll do it like that. But
yeah.
it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. And then people love to take pictures with it, you know.
Who you
they'll
telling?
take it and they'll throw it over their shoulder and be like,
yeah.
Especially kids, they love the belt.
Oh, who you telling? Bro,
Man,
I understand.
It's awesome.
And I'm staying for the record. I did not take this idea from Cheetah Jones.
You did? We didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a belt.
Yeah, we didn't know till I got here and I looked at your belt. I said, oh, I bought mine. I got 2 of them, my black one, and I was finna grab both of them, and I said, nah, that'd be kind of cocky. I try to stay home. So I just grabbed the one. So
Floyd Mayweather take all his belts with him.
That's what I'm going to start taking them all.
Yeah, man, you got to bring them all.
Yeah, that sounds like my assistant, Chris. Shout out to him, Christopher Thomas. Man, he'll grab every belt and come out like, and I was like, Chris, you won. He's the boss, you earn these. You earn these. So, yeah.
But, man, I'll give you the website to my belt maker, so, you know, in case you want to use it.
Yeah, this is nice.
But you're going to be the only one to have it. That's it. That is it.
It look good, Doc. It look
as long
good.
as you keep the secret, we good.
I got you.
So, man, I found out that you was in the military.
Yeah, I did 20 years. I was my first 4.5 was in the Marines.
Okay.
And then my last 15 and some change was in the Army.
Yeah.
I got out because I was young, and you know they gave me some messed up orders. Wanted me to be a drill sergeant, and drill instructor at the time, and I was like, I ain't trying to do that. So I got out and came back here and did corrections down at Fort Wade for a couple of years, you know. So, and then you know, answer the call for September 11th, you know, I went back in. I was gonna go in the Marines, but they was like talking about reducing my rank because I had been out more than 2 years. So they was like, all right, we'll make you a Lance Corporal. And I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. But the Army gave me a little change, and they said, hey, we're just looking for a few good men too. So I took it, and I ended up staying in. Making a career out of it. So.
Well, hey, thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
I did 20 years in the Air Force, so we got something in common.
Awesome. So you know.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah. Man. I went to Baghdad when it kicked off in 2003. I did Kosovo, etc., Afghanistan. So yeah, I know about it, man.
Kosovo something messed up too.
Man, dude, I can sit here all day and tell stories about it.
You got stories. I know you got stories.
And I know you got some too.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was on that first push too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
Because
Stuff.
what was messed up is I had just left Afghanistan. I had been back like 3 months, and then they told us we were going to Iraq. I was like, no, we just came back. It's somebody else's turn.
No, it
We
ain't.
were the first thing in there smoking. I said, man. And I was asking my boss, I asked my commander, I said, why are we going first? We just got back. He said, we got the most combat experience than anybody because we just left.
Right.
You know, with operation down the country, he said, we got more combat experience than anybody in the Army.
Right.
I was like, I think everybody else training the same way. But, you know, that's just one of them things, you know. We put our life on the line to defend our family and loved ones back here. So, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah. Where's your I say best place you got stationed at?
I had some terrible
Oh, it didn't work out.
That's my
too good,
career
huh?
was infantry, so you eat out in the sticks, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I like North Carolina was cool, but I have to say Germany probably, you know.
Germany is
Germany
cool.
or Japan. It's overseas was like so different.
Yeah.
For somebody from Mansfield, you know.
Right.
To go to Japan and you see the technology they got in Germany, to see how the women love brothers and like you're like gold over there. Like, oh, what? You know.
You're 100% correct on that, my
Yes.
brother.
My stock went up like. I was like, but I mean, I would have to say Germany. We had a good time in Germany because I mean, I played sports on the downside, so I played basketball and football for the Germans. So you know, just doing other stuff, it was awesome. You know, so
And they got good beer.
yes.
It is not the same.
You'll never be the same. You need that. Yeah, drinking is another level over there. You know,
Yeah.
drinking is like
Because you could drink at 18.
yes.
So you get a 3-year head start before the States do.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Some of the drinking I did was crazy. I think that's why I'm not big on drinking now. I drank so much in the military, man, because, you know, we barbecued every week. Over there, every weekend, we going from house to house, man. I'm going to come over your place. We're going to barbecue here. We're going to do that. So, I mean, we kicked it. Met some good friends in the military, too, that I'll probably be friends for life. You know, when they put dirt on me, they'll be standing there telling the stories about the stuff we did. So,
Yeah.
I enjoyed my military career. So,
Yeah. Yeah, but thanks for your service. Bro.
you too, bro. You too.
Oh, yeah. Brothers for life.
All day.
Well, man, tell me how you got into the music.
Well, I come from a church singing family. You know, everybody. My dad, J.C. Wells, is from. He's from down by Coshada, but he lives here in Shreveport. He's been singing quartet forever and a day. Still sings. My uncle's from Mansfield. My granddad is probably the oldest living promoter. He used to promote gospel shows and stuff and sing. He sung quartet when they didn't have instruments. But he turned 96 Monday and still living, you know.
Okay.
But my family is seasoned in church singing. I just asked for the blessing to step outside of it. But I always could sing, but it never was a passion. It never was. I was just one of them that had the talent. I love to hear it, but I'd rather like play drums or background, you know. And, you know, we sing quartet. I sung with some guys, R.D. Ford of Homegrown and J. Jew, who sings around here. We had a quartet group that my brother helped them start. And I joined them guys, and we just sung around in churches. And then we played for one of our band members' wedding. So we did the wedding, but we was supposed to be through for the reception, but the DJ blew a fuse. So the guy said he had to run to the house and get a fuse. So they said, why don't y'all give us some circular music? And we was laughing like, what? And I said, what is circular music? And they said, R&B, you know, hip hop live. So we did some Blackstreet, you know, we just started playing around and people was amazed at how good we could do it. And one day we auditioned for the house band at Brooklyn's Lounge on Greenwood Road. And we became the house band. It was called Versatile. And Slack, who is my producer now, shout out to him, Ronald Jefferson. Him and Windstorm came through. Eric Hunter is from Mansfield. So they was telling us, man, Slack said, man, why don't you drop a single? Become professional. You can make more money. You can get more stuff out of it. And the fellas was like, I ain't feeling it, but I listened. When I went back, I was working at Fort Polk at the time, so I got to work. I started writing a song, looking for tracks. Found the track, told the fella, they were like, I said, I'm gonna go solo. So I became Jeter Jones at that moment. So I just kind of branched off and did my own thing. So, I mean, and today here I am, you know. I started while I was still in the military because I got orders and went to Kansas. And in Kansas, I was like, what is in Kansas that I could really do, you know? And I had a lot of free time up there, so I just wrote music and recorded. I dropped my first album on the way to training. We was headed to NTC for desert training, and we was on the bus, and it hit iTunes, and I said, hey, my album is on iTunes, and everybody started buying it. My soldiers, friends, other platoon sergeants, you know, they started buying it, and I was like, wow, you know. And I got my first little check. I said, hey,
yeah,
we looking good. I said, it's all right. So, I mean, the excitement of people saying, oh, Sergeant Jones got a CD. He on iTunes. He on YouTube. I mean, that kind of drove me, and I liked it. I liked the feeling of that. So I was like, man, how can I really advance? My first album was R&B. I met this guy, Smitty Smith. He's recorded for Peggy Scott, a lot of guys in Southern Soul. And he told me, man, you got a strong Southern voice. And I said, yeah. I said, I'm from the church, so, you know. And he said, you ever try Southern Soul? And I said, I like the blues and stuff. I grew up on it. And he said, I'm going to give you a track, which was my song, Boo Scoot. And I wrote, recorded, sent it back to him. And he said, that's it. He said, you're a Southern Soul guy all day. He said, I'm going to give you another track. He gave him another one, and he was like, all right. And I said, how much you want for this track? The guy told me, I just want my composer credit. You can have them. He said, I'm just leasing them anyway, you know. So he said, I lease them out for such and such money. And he was like, I believe in you, though. He said, you're going to be a big talent one day. He said, your songwriting skills, your delivery. He said, even your showmanship. So I talked with him last year because he's moved to like Panama somewhere, you know. And we was talking, and he said, man, remember what I told you? And I said, yeah. But I still, to this day, tell him I just want to remain humble and hungry. I said, some of the best artists I've known that I'm fans of don't have a Grammy. You know, we don't really see that, you know. So I think I could get it. You know, I'm gonna keep grinding though. I'm gonna keep grinding, one person at a time, one song at a time, one show at a time, till I get it. And then when I get it, I want to go further and further. You know, rich, famous, but I want to be an icon when I'm done. You know, when my day is over with, I want my great grands eating off Pawpaw. You know, saying, hey, Pawpaw was great. You know, but I mean, the little country boy from Mansfield can have dreams, and they can come true. If I'm here, anybody could do it. So, I mean, that's just been my drive.
That's what's up, man. So when did you start doing the Southern Soul? I mean, what year?
2014.
That's it?
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought you
I dropped my
about to say
first
maybe.
album 2013. I dropped the Southern Soul album, which I was done with it in 2013, but I just waited and dropped it at the end of the year because I was just really trying to work up my album. The first album I did, I got offered a distribution deal with Take Music Group. So I knew Cupid through a Marine buddy of mine. They were both from Lafayette, and he get his haircut with Perk's brother. So Cupid was talking to me, and we did a remix to Boo Scoot. So when I was talking, and he had been signed with Atlantic, so I hit him up and was like, man, look this contract over. He said, oh man, it's good. They're gonna give you 50%, this and that. And I said, bro, I already made the money I spent for the album and for studio time. I done made that back. He said, well, give him that first album. So I gave it to him and made more money off a distribution deal. But then Sony bought their group, so they had to come renegotiate it with me. So I took my album back. I said, no, I'm good. Thank y'all, you know. So redistributed and made more money off that first album. So I mean, it was awesome, you know. But 2014 is when I really started Southern Soul, when I dropped my first Southern Soul album.
I thought you were about to say like 2008, 2010, but
I haven't been doing it long. I haven't been doing it long.
Man.
Yeah.
For that short amount of time, man, you got a pretty big fan base too.
Yes. I've been blessed. Just applying simple stuff like my work ethic is military.
Oh yeah.
That's my work ethic.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they're asleep, I'm up working. You know, most time my mama called me Draco Stoke because she says he's a vampire. You know, in the day, in morning time, like today, it was rough because I don't get up this early. I usually wake up 12 to 2, then I'm gone.
Right.
You know, I feed the dogs, horses, and play with the grandkids, and whew, I'm at slacks, you know, working. So if I'm not there, I'm in front of the computer, you know, marketing, social media, you know, pushing. So the formula I got, I know it works because I got 7 artists on my label, and most of them are nominated. All of them are nominated for awards, but it's the grind, the push. I put the same grind on them that I put on myself, you know. So, I mean, we're actually flourishing and trying to build a name to bring 318 up the map as far as a mecca for Southern Soul music. We got the producer of the year here. We got the artist of the year here. The proof is in the pudding, you know.
It is.
Slack has won producer of the year for the last 2 years for Blues Critic. He won ZBT producer of the year. Daddy Be Nice. So, I mean, we're just trying to cement here, you know, because we got a bid for saying that this the home of Southern Soul with Jackson. It's a fight back and forth, but good music is good music. That's the way I see it, you know. I don't care where it came from, where it started, but I think it's here now because we got great artists here from myself to Crystal Thomas, you know, who's my cousin, phenomenal singer. Magic One right down the street in Ruston, TK Soul, Winfield, you know. So we got a lot of artists that we can put up against anybody that can really hold their own. So, I mean, just being consistent. And Voton Wright, a lot of my artists are from here. Tasha Mack, shout out to all them, Miss Karma, R&B Pooh from right here in Shreveport. The Mule Man, R.T. Taylor. So, I mean, we're just trying to build a mecca here in Shreveport.
So what happens if, like, let's just say a major reaches out to you? Let me think of a label. Universal.
Well, we've been in talks with Sony and Universal already.
Okay.
I've been signed to Music Access with a 2-album deal.
Okay.
I've already fulfilled that. So I'm actually a free agent now. I just sit over here because they treat me right. Over at Music Access, I haven't had any problems. If I say I need my money, is already, check your mailbox, you know. So I think, and Southern Soul to me is the new hip hop. Reason I say that, I'm 46 years old. I grew up in the hip hop era.
Right.
You know, being a 70s baby. When hip hop came along, folks were laughing like, oh, what are they doing? You know, these cats rapping.
Yeah,
but after a while, now, you know, hip hop runs a lot of stuff. So
biggest genre in the world.
Yes. So we watched it evolve. Southern Soul is doing that because I look at today's R&B and it's watered down. You know, if you want soulful singer, most R&B singers are auto-tone or got effects on them, or they're not singing. They're so blatant to the point people don't use metaphors no more. Yeah. They just say, I just want to do you like this and do you like that. You know. Right. I mean, Marvin Gaye was one of the nastiest guys ever. You know, when he came to Shreveport, my mom took me to that concert as a kid. And to see the command this guy had over the women. And he was smooth. I said, man, this dude like he riding on butter. When he could just roll his hips and they just fall out and cry.
Well, let me ask you this, since you brought that point up, when you said the women, him or Teddy P when it comes to that?
I have to say Marvin.
Over Teddy?
Yeah. Teddy P was tough. You know, it's just something about them guys because their first button was at their navel. You notice that? They might well take them buttons off the top. You know, just putting the star right here. My uncle do that. And I'm like, Dave, you gonna button up your shirt, bro? You know? He think he's still in the 70s. He think he Teddy P. But yeah, Teddy P was cold. I was looking at him and Stephanie Mills when they was sitting in chairs singing Feel the Fire.
Yeah, bro.
And the way he kind of stroked her hair. And he was singing to her. And you could tell. I said, oh, man, I know he done nailed Stephanie. It was the ambiance he put off, man. It was around him. But I'm telling you, I sat there watching My mama threw her big panties up there. Love you, mama. She threw her panties at the guy. I said, man, mama bought panties in a purse. I was wondering what the panties were for. I'm a kid, you know. I'm a kid. So I'm like, what you taking panties for? She gonna change roles? We're gonna stay at my aunt's house in Shreveport, you know. But the way he commanded them, I mean, every stroke. When it came on, wake up, wake up, wake up. He was just smooth. I was like, man. And I said, and I'm looking at the women like, man, I want to be like him. But even now, I'm more rougher, but I still remember that. Hey, let's be smooth. When they slow it down, let's slow it down. Look her in the eyes. Take control of the crowd, man. But them guys really set a pace for us that is hard to match, you know.
So what happened to R&B? You know, I mean, because it went from one extreme to another.
I think R&B trying to be too much hip hop now.
Yeah, they're trying to blend it in.
It changed. And then I think somebody woke up one day that didn't have talent, that was probably managing somebody that had talent, and saw how much money the talent person was making. Right. So they said, I could do that, you know. So they used cheap methods and got paid. It started a trigger effect. Oh, if he can do it, I can do it, you know. The problem with Southern Soul is we're watered down. We get a black eye because we got people out here that can't sing, say less, sing, horrible. And we be like, I be at shows like, man, the difference now is back in the day, everybody could sing.
Yes.
You couldn't get up there because you might have to run through the Apollo one night.
Yeah.
And they would boo a profession if you didn't have your stuff together.
Yeah.
We need more Apollos because, I mean, nowadays it's kind of like in church. I've seen people get up there that it was horrible, but we'll clap because it took nerves to get up there and sing in front of the church.
Right.
And we try to encourage everybody because church is a good atmosphere. People ain't going to boo you in church.
Yeah, it's hard to boo somebody in church.
But now, you see, I be on shows and I be like, man, this is horrible. And they not getting booed. You know, people are like, I'm glad that's over with. What time you come up? You know, and I be like, wow. It should be a standard, and it's not. And that's across the board, not just in Southern Soul, as in R&B and hip hop.
Right.
A lot of these cats ain't got that talent. And I mean, back in the Marvin Gaye, like you brought up Teddy P, we could bring up several artists that could go. I mean, flat-footed. You know, hey, turn all that off. Just give them a mic, and they could go. A lot of times you ain't got that. Some of the best performers I know and personal friends aren't the best singers. And I sit there like, oh, man, my little cousin will eat your lunch, you know. The sad part, I can say this, in my family, I'm not the best singer. If I had to rate myself within my family alone, I would be like number 10 on vocals alone.
But you're probably the best entertainer.
That's where it changes. That's where the game changes. Now, we change the entertainment, I'm going to slide up to number 1. Somebody was talking about, man, you don't sing like this. I told them, I said, man, all right, so let's go back in time. Let's go back to Luther Vandross, who I think is pound for pound one of the greatest ever balladeers.
He's at least top 3.
Gotta be. If Luther ain't in your top 5, you just scratch it.
I can see that too. I can see top 2.
Exactly. So I said, let's take Luther in his prime, you know. Which concert would you pick, a Luther Vandross or a Michael Jackson? That's
I think I'm going for Mike.
That's a hard.
I think it depends who you. I like being entertained. You know.
I like music.
I like being it. But see, it depends what kind of person you are.
Depends what kind of person you are. But I can bet that the majority would choose Mike. Why? Because Mike was considered the king. He was an all-around entertainer. You know, we didn't never worry about Mike vocals.
No, we didn't. Now I tell you what. Now, if I was on a date, I would go see Luther.
Yes.
But if it's just me, I'm going to go see Mike.
Yes, I want to see what Mike gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know what Luther gonna do.
You could probably take that date to see Mike too, because it's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
Because you got something to talk about when you seen Mike moonwalk. Mike was an awesome entertainer, but who made the most money? Mike.
Yeah.
Most people cling to Mike because he was a great entertainer. So my thing was entertainment over vocals. Entertainer gonna win if you're the greatest entertainer. Look at Hammer. Hammer was not the best rapper, but Hammer blew up so fast and quick. Hammer would put on a show. Hammer.